Welcome to the Saturday live stream. Just gotta wait for a few more seconds for our special co-host to join in. Just be a few more seconds, guys. And here we go. Hey, what's up, Mel?
Hey, how's it going?
Here we go.
Oh,
Well, man. Dude,
I might speak.
I'll tell you, man, this freaking off season is finally starting to take off. And this is what the hot stove season is all about.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Dodgers are ruining it for me.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Corey? Yeah, but it's just darn shame that it took all the way to freaking January for me to start getting really excited about the baseball offseason. But I knew it. I freaking knew the Dodgers were going to land Kyle Tucker.
Yeah,
and you know what the funny thing is? I had a feeling that Kyle Tucker was going to sign for $60 million. Like, I kind of jokingly said in my head for like the longest time that the Cubs were going to give him a $60 million contract, and it was going to be like this 3 or 4 year contract for like $60 million a year.
Yeah.
What happens? The Dodgers end up giving him a 4-year contract. What's it for? $60 million a year.
He's not worth it though, right?
Dude, I tell you, we can sit here for the next 2 to 3 hours and simply do nothing but talk Kyle Tucker.
He disappeared in the playoffs. I'm fine with him going. I just didn't want him to go to the Dodgers for crying out loud, right? Go to anybody else. Go to the Mets. That would have been fine.
How hangeth the hammer?
Yeah. It sounds classy though. How hangeth the hammer? Right? Yeah. Instead of how's it hanging? How hangeth?
Like this it's such a good topic, and there's so many things you could put in perspective. Think about this. Someone that I think is severely overpaid. Aaron Judge.
Oh, is he?
Probably the best player on the freaking planet.
But
he makes $40 million a year. I think he's overpaid.
I mean, how much does Ohtani officially make? It's because the Dodgers do financial.
He makes like $70 million a year.
He's probably the best player, isn't he? Just because he can also pitch.
I mean, you might go back and forth. If you're a Yankees fan, you're going to say Aaron Judge. If you're in California, if you're an Angels fan or a Dodgers fan, you're probably going to say Shohei Ohtani. But
and here, me Cubs fan over here trying to decide which team I should hate more: the Yankees, or the Dodgers. The Dodgers right now. I would honestly rather the Yankees beat the Dodgers in the World Series if they played again this year. I'd be like, no, fuck it, Yankees. Sick of you, Dodgers. A 3-peat, come on.
But think about this: Aaron Judge is a perennial potential 60 home run hitter, and he's already hit 60 home runs in a season.
And you think he's overpaid at 40?
And I think at $40 million, he is an overpaid player.
So Tucker clearly is overpaid at 60, right?
I mean, think about these guys. You think that guys like Zach Wheeler as a pitcher at $42 million a year is worth that type of money?
He makes $42 million a year. Holy cow!
Ridiculous.
I don't follow baseball as well enough. I barely follow the Cubs. I used to follow all the teams, back when I was really into it. And I'm not as more, but $42 million. So they're saying Tucker is 50% better than Aaron Judge.
Essentially, and think about that. Aaron Judge is a guy that literally puts up 40, 50 home runs a season, close to 60 a year, at 100 to 120 to 140 RBIs plus a season.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker batted less than 270 last season. He put up like 22 home runs. I think he had like 73 RBIs.
That sounds about right.
And you're telling me those numbers are equivalent to $60 million? He's averaging almost $3 million for almost every home run he hits.
But it sounds like the Dodgers make so much money off like their, was it that television network and all that stuff that they don't really care, right? They can overbid. They can double and triple. Like if the going rate for Tucker was $20 million, they could offer him 60 because they don't care.
So
I would root for the Phillies. Yeah, that'd be fine.
So Brandon says the Phillies. And you know what? I think they did.
Do they still?
They just re-signed Realmuto, 3 years, $45 million. I mean, one of the best hitting catchers ever, right? Great. What's going on, Bum?
Yeah, I don't hate the Phillies. I'd root for them. So I've added another monitor to I've got 3 monitors. My iPad. I've added a second iPad for the football game that's going on right now. The Broncos, Bills. I need more stuff in front of me.
And let's look at this. Let's go even further. Kyle Schwarber, 50 home runs a year on average. That's basically what you're going to get from Kyle Schwarber. And he signed for $30 million a season.
And only 300 strikeouts a year.
I will take every single one of those 200 plus strikeouts a year for the 50 plus home runs and 100 plus RBIs he gives you. And he's going to walk around 100 times a season.
Does he? Yeah, he used to walk pretty good.
So I will take all of that Kyle Schwarber gives you. And he's got a freaking killer of an arm in left field. And you know what? You want him more as a DH anyways. So as someone who could play left field, right field, catcher, I will take that. And if you really desperately need a first baseman in a pinch, bam, throw him there.
Schwarber's playing first base or DH, really, right? If you put him in the outfield, you better hope. Yeah,
I'd like when he was a left fielder for the Cubs. I thought he was a good defender. I don't know why he got so much hate.
He had a great arm,
but I thought he was good. But $30 million.
He was a catcher, probably, because he had a great arm. But fielding, I mean, he's no PCA, of course, but nobody is. But
like, how is Alex
cover that a little bit, maybe?
How is Alex Bregman, who had one single 40 home run season? I think he had like one 30 home run season, and I think he had a couple 20 home run seasons. But how is that equivalent to $35 million a year?
Yeah, because you're saying is that what the Cubs paid him?
Yeah, $35 million.
Admittedly, see the contracts do go up every year. When was the last time Judge signed a contract?
Wasn't like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that?
It seems like I feel like baseball is going to have a lockout here coming up next year, the year after. Remember they said something about the CBA or something?
At the end of 26.
Baseball needs to do something. The salaries are getting a little silly, and it's too much at the top. If they really want to survive, they're going to need – I mean, admittedly, Pittsburgh should spend more money. But how can Pittsburgh compete? The Cubs can barely compete with the Dodgers. Now, admittedly, you still have to go out on the field and win. But the Dodgers got 2 in a row. They win 3 in a row. What are you going to do?
You know what's insanity? I looked at the Pirates' payroll. $95 million.
Is it that high? I'm surprised it's even that high.
In the 90s. Most your low budget teams, the Pirates, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, Kansas City, sometimes Oakland.
Yeah,
their payroll, they'd be like $35 million, $40 million. They'd be around there.
Now? The Athletics are not in Oakland anymore. Are they?
No, they want to go to Las Vegas, but
are they not there?
But they're not there yet. They were in like some kind of minor league stadium this year.
Which, admittedly, is not much worse than their old stadium.
I think they were in Sacramento.
Okay. And a minor league stadium in Sacramento, yeah.
Yeah, so keeping Bregman cheap at all.
I mean, but apparently, is Bum also a Red Sox fan? I don't know if we talked about him. I know he's a Patriots fan. I didn't want to assume, but.
But think about this. Damn, what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Shit, what was I talking about?
Drinking too fast.
$35 million. That was like your low budget team. If you were like the Cubs, you were usually like in around $75 million area, between 75, 80 million mid range.
Mm-hmm.
If you were like Yankees, you were usually hovering in like the 90, 95 million. Very few teams usually cracked 100 million. If you were like occasionally Cubs cracked 100 million, Yankees occasionally cracked, usually cracked 100. Dodgers, Red Sox sometimes cracked 100, but
your big markets.
Very rarely.
Now,
today, you're probably your lowest budget team in Major League Baseball has a $95 million payroll, and that's considered a pittance. I'm like, what?
I didn't realize the Patriots, the Pirates spent that much. Right, like you're saying, almost 100 million. I think what are the Dodgers? Aren't they over 500, or are they even higher than that now? I don't even know.
Well, I think they're like 425 million or something like that. That's because they also play like $100 million plus in a luxury tax.
Yeah, Uncle Ted's right.
They might actually be at $500 million.
Yeah, with the luxury tax and everything else. Like Uncle Ted said, congrats, you're paying what, $132 million a year for maybe 100 games of Tucker. I think that's the problem, is that the Dodgers can afford to overpay for half a season of Tucker, because they've got, don't they have like 7 or 8, number 1, number 2 starting quality pitchers and a great bullpen, and I mean, they got Ohtani who can play 5 positions or whatever he wants to do, and stay healthy somehow. I still can't believe that worked out. I'm like, no, in the modern baseball, you can't do a Babe Ruth, right? Because Babe Ruth actually famously was a pitcher and a hitter.
Yeah.
But he's doing it. Ohtani's doing it to his credit. I just don't like him because he's on the Dodgers now.
Yeah, and the Cubs, they
132 attacks. That's a high tax state, then, isn't it? 132.
I think he always intended to go to the Dodgers. I don't think that was ever a question. Like there was talk that he was potentially going to go to the Blue Jays. Like I really don't think that was ever a possibility.
Has Tucker ever won the World Series?
Who, Tucker?
Did he win with Houston?
Won with the Astros, okay, I think so.
Because I mean, good weather, maybe high tax state, but you're going to pay a lot of money. So I'm sure I'll pay taxes on $100 million a year, whatever it make. If the Dodgers are going to throw money at me, I'll pay the California state taxes. Good weather, a chance to win the World Series pretty much every year right now until the lockout. It's kind of a no-brainer. You get to play with Ohtani and that team. Okay.
$132 million for Tucker. That's
with the taxes.
That's crazy. Yeah,
which makes sense.
They're
at the highest tax bracket, or whatever baseball calls it, to draw an analogy with income tax, whatever they call it.
He's a 270 hitter.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking some guy that's going to go out bat 335 every year.
I mean, they won the World Series last year. Do they have a lot of holes? They could overpay. They make a lot of money off their network. They don't care. They're still going to make money, even though they spend all this money. Right? That's the problem. I don't know if we need a cap, but look at football. Football's doing excellent with salary cap. They need something.
900. He was good for like 2 months, and that was it.
Yeah, that was really it. Like you said, 100 games, maybe. The playoffs he came back for, and he disappeared. I mean, his last at bat with the Cubs is notorious. I'm like, man, you really fit in with the Cubs. Really not coming through in the playoffs. That was perfect. That was Cubby baseball. If you don't like that baseball, you don't like the Cubs. But so I'm not going to miss him, especially for what they paid for him. But I hate that he went to the Dodgers.
At $60 million a season, you better be putting up all right, check this out. My PlayStation video game. It's literally the only video game I ever played. Like I don't play any other video games. I haven't played that game in like over a year, but it's over the last 20 years. It's like the only game I played. MLB 2004, and I have a creative player. I call him David Davila, and he's basically a super utility player. He's basically a Gold Glover at like every single position. But
plug him in anywhere.
He's like, for over a course of a season, as a leadoff hitter, he gets like 750, 775 at bats a season. He usually gets around 300 hits. So he bats like 375, almost 400 every season. He's like a 50 to 60 home run a year guy.
He gets 300 hits a year. He gets 700 or 800 at bats a year. Of course, you score a lot more than the average amount of runs.
Yeah, so he gets like almost 300 hits, 200 plus or 150 runs.
Has that ever happened before in baseball? 300 hit season? I don't think so.
So like in this scenario, I kind of created like, he signed this big Houston Astro contract for like, 10 years and $500 million because his, obviously I'm the creator of, my Astros team wins the World Series every single season. So in this scenario, I don't know, probably because I like, I almost call it Enron Field.
Of course. Yeah. Tropicana. No, what's it called?
Of course. At the time, it was at Minute Maid. It was Minute Maid Park. I don't know if they call it now, but
I call it Tropicana because I was close. There's orange juice, but that's I think the Devil Rays or the Rays, whatever. Funny way to remember.
They keep changing the darn names to these stadiums all the time. I can't keep up.
That's why we talked about Comiskey Park. I'm not sure if it's still a real guaranteed rate field or whatever the fudge it's called. And I remember the other day when it was U.S. Cellular, because Joan Cusack used to do their commercials. Some people call it the Joan. I just couldn't remember on the live stream what they would call it. But some Sox fans would call it the Joan. Every position, yeah. So you could definitely plug him in everywhere. Anywhere you had an injury, you put in David Davila. Davila?
Is that Houston's park? Dakin?
I don't think so, but it could be. Did somebody just fumble? Sorry, I was distracted. Yeah, they need to do something. Baseball's still enough. It's hard enough to win that the Dodgers aren't guaranteed to win, but they're about as close as you can get anything, right?
But essentially, to me, that's what you got to do. You've got to be a 375 hitter with 50 home runs and 150 RBIs on a yearly basis to warrant a $50 million a year contract. And after the type of season he had, to get that amount of money, I think, the average fan is going to look at that and be pissed.
Well, you pay $20 for beer and a hot dog or whatever it is. How much were the Mets offering, Tucker? Weren't they offering him something? Do you remember?
Shoot. I know it was no, I think they offered a whole lot more.
Oh, they did? See, that's really the problem is
no,
Tucker's worth what people will give him.
Yeah, I know Toronto offered him like 10 years, 350. And this is what a lot of fans are also bitching about is all of these baseball players are talking about, I want security. I don't want to be traded. I want to move around. I want stabilization. No, you don't. You want
if you do, you take a pay cut. If you do, you need to take a pay cut. You're getting paid more for that reason, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just like any old job, like my job. I could maybe get paid more, but I'd have to have maybe stress, less quality of life, all that kind of thing. But you get paid for it, so you got to settle.
Are you going to take that $60 million a year with the Dodgers for 4 years, or are you going to take $35 million a year for 10 years with, you're guaranteed a more pay over the course of 10 years, but
pretty much they always take the higher amount per year. Maybe they're betting on themselves, maybe they're not, but what their actions say, they're not really betting on stability. They don't really care.
Yeah, so I mean, he turned down basically an additional $85 million, but I mean, that's over 6 additional years.
Yeah, he has to play a lot longer to get it. You said, though, Tucker isn't worth it, but you had 3 teams bidding on him. So that's the problem. It's kind of like it's a good segue. We don't have to segue to it now, but the big rubber guys are jerking each other off trying to increase their secondary market price. I mean, you ask Cardona half the time, that's all he cares about is his BRGs being $100 day 2 on eBay, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you to nip that in the bud, people need to stop paying for these players and these BRGs. That's what it is. People will pay $100 for a King Haku. Well, then what can you do?
I do want to kind of sidestep to.
They used to call him King Tucker. That's kind of ironic. I'm still waiting for my King Haku. Didn't they call him King Tucker for a minute in the Cubs? I remember seeing that. It's funny. I didn't segue into that, but that was an example that I think I see King Haku going for like $175, $880. Well, I haven't seen him for sale or sold, but for sale for that much on like Mercari and eBay. And I'm like, he was just for sale on January 1st. You're telling me he's worth more than some? I can get a damaged LGN from 40 years ago on card. Maybe the bubble's breaking. I could probably get a figure for that amount, a 40-year-old figure with a card from the right seller, right? It won't be in great shape, but the 40-year-old figure, there's a reason why it's $200. What's the reason why it was literally 2 weeks ago? Why is it $175? Well, because somebody will give it to him. Yeah.
And somebody on eBay is already putting up Series 2 Mattel LGNs.
I'm not surprised.
4-pack.
Did you say? I mean, you said. When's it? I already put it in my phone. The 30th. Where did you see that one on sale? The 30th. Did they give a time?
Shoot. I'm probably be checking around 9 a.m. Eastern time, but
I put it on my phone at 8 a.m. and then like I put a reminder on the second for about 8 a.m. for Arn Anderson. Because see, I know Flair and Danhausen and some of the other ones that were in stock, limited releases. You had days and weeks to get. That's why I was so pissed off the other day. We're like, oh, Arn Anderson was released, and I went out there and sold out. I'm like, what, are they getting ridiculous with this? And the other part that I hate is because they're pushing it. They all hold back stock to sell and whatnot. I overpaid for a Smash, I think it was, on Canuck Show. Cardona does the same thing. I think Myers to a lesser extent. But they all hold back stock to then sell and whatnot for more than the $50. They want this. And I'm getting kind of sick of it. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just buy 3 or 4 extra LJNs. If I can get one at sticker, I'll get one at $50. But it was a repaint, so I'm kind of over it. But it just the whole thought process irks me a little bit. I mean, it's a 2-week-old figure. It shouldn't be worth 4 times it. You know what I mean? It's not that good a figure, even, right? Has King Haku that great a figure to be paying 4 times it in 2 weeks? No.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned to you I mentioned to you about the MRW line. Yeah. Like, I want people to enjoy the action figure line when I come out with the figures. Like, I want people to have the opportunity to own the figures. I want them to own as many figures as they want. So, like, if I go and I order 250 figures, and again, I don't know how well these figures are going to sell. I may have them in my possession for 6 months, and I may not sell a single one. Or I may have them in my possession, and they may sell out in a matter of 3 days, hypothetically. Now, let's say they sell out in 3 days.
I didn't catch that.
And 3 days later, I got 50 people coming to me, hey, I want to buy – where can I buy them? I tell them, you know what? I sold out, but you know what? if anyone tries to get on eBay trying to sell these figures, don't have to worry about that. Leave me your name. I will go to the factory. I will order more so that you guys can have the option of buying it for the regular price. You're not having to pay $300-400 on eBay for it. But I don't think anybody is going to be buying these figures from me for the sole purpose of resale on eBay because, I mean, that makes no sense. But
Not yet. I mean, but eventually, like same with like Latuni. That's why I'm kind of like, well, it's kind of nice that I've got all of them and I have a chance to get them all. Not that I'm a collector to sell, but you could see that eventually. I mean, Big Rubber guys started with Cardona and Myers, right? At least they were wrestlers, but there was no guarantee they were going to, be.
yeah.
That's where it starts. Got to start somewhere.
But I mean, like you kind of mentioned, you said that, and I think Matt Cardone himself said it as well, that he doesn't want to, mass produce these. Like if he orders 500 figures, he only wants 500 figures because you just said as well, he wants to see the resale value of these things go skyrocket. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like
they sell the prototype on eBay, I think, on purpose. Another reason to raise extra money, right? Because the prototype goes for 2, 3, 4. I assume that means they can't make any more, even if they wanted to. Of course, that's not the mold, so I'm not sure, right? Because that's not the mold, is it? They wouldn't use the prototype to make. I don't know, actually. Then now that I think about it, I don't know, but they do sell the prototypes. In fact, one day I found a Latuni prototype on there. I let AJ know that I don't think that was supposed to be on there. I think of the Chinese factory, somebody snuck one out.
Yeah,
I think he knew about it, but I was just kind of curious. Every once in a while, I just go out there to Latini and see what people are selling. Usually it's him, I think, or one of his accounts. But I'm like, what is this? This looks just like the Macho, and it says prototype, but it was in funny colors. And I think it said it was international. I'm like, oh, is the factory trying to go one over on AJ? So I let him know. I think he already knew, but I mean, I don't care. It happens, right? How can you? He can't watch the factory from California, wherever he's at. They're in China. But it's kind of interesting. The BRG guys, they sell them on purpose, though. I'm pretty sure because I think they're getting canceled. Oh, really? I don't think Corey. Are you talking about LGN pre-orders? I don't think any of those got canceled. I don't know if Target's is bad. Walmart is notorious apparently about pre-order cancellations. I've never bought a pre-order from Walmart, but I think all my pre-orders came in, and then every order since then came in at Target. You just sometimes they get shipped funny, or they put stickers on them. So if you're a minimum card collector, you might be disappointed at times. They're good enough for me, but I know some people. Well, so like I was telling you, I've got 3 Cenas now, 2 blacks and a blue, and I'm thinking about opening a black card, but the blue card bubble is a little damaged. So I'm like, do I want to buy another blue that's a little mintier and then open the damaged one? The damaged one should be the one I open, but then that means I won't have a blue Cena. So I'm like, well, how much do I care? I haven't opened up one yet, but it's overkill. I do think that probably when they release Series 2, how many are you buying? Are you buying 3? What are you going to pre-order? What's the strategy, you think, Waddy?
I mean, I'd like 4, but shoot, I mean, where am I going to be financially, right?
Yeah,
as long as I get 1, I'm good right off the bat. I mean, Warrior really is the one I think most people are going to try and stockpile on, and that's what I'm concerned about. Like, I don't want to be the noble one and only order 1, and then look on Facebook, a few weeks later and see that some guy just loaded up the whole shopping cart with like 20 of them, or something like that. Because I'm constantly seeing that. It's like.
Make a good point.
I'm
going to feel bad because I was thinking about 4. It seems like if it goes the same way Series 1, you're pretty much guaranteed to get half black, half blue. I think every order I got was basically half and half. I don't know if they ordered that at the warehouse to do that, but all my shipments were half and half basically. Yeah. So I'm like, well, 3 is probably maybe all I need, but what if I get 2 black and 1 blue? And I want to open up a blue. I'm like, 4 probably guarantees I get 2 black and 2 blue, which is probably okay. But at $25 a pop, you 4 LGNs is like 2 BRGs. But you're right. If it's a pre-order, I'm taking it. What if Corey's busy that day at work and he can't get in there, and then I've taken his Ultimate Warrior from him because I was a pig and ordered 4. I hate the people that do that with BRGs, especially when they're resealable. So do I want to be one of those people? You know what I mean? I feel bad about it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But apparently I have to make that decision here in 2 weeks.
Right?
Yeah. At least 2. Now I know the first round I only bought 1 because I just wanted 1. I didn't know there's going to be a black card and a blue card, and there's going to be 7 blue variations and hot dog colors and this and that. I didn't realize there's going to be 50 different error cards to collect. So I'm like, okay, now I need to buy at least 2. But I want to open 1, so that means 3. And then that's kind of like, am I right up to 4? I don't know. I feel bad. I need at least 3. I don't. Yeah. I don't need any of them. I need 0 of them. But
at least 1 right off the bat, and maybe if it comes up again, maybe I'll order another one. Later on, if that's the case. I mean, I think I'll do like 1 at a time each time. But I don't know. I don't know if I can sit there and order like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 4 at a time. Like that's just again, you got to think about it financially at the
And
time.
that's what I ended up doing, but that's only because after the fact I didn't know. So when the first pre-order came out, did you just order 2 of the other ones? Is that what you did?
Which ones?
When they first announced that first day of pre-orders, remember they did the 3. They didn't have the Hogan yet. They held them
Yeah,
back. When they first had the 3, Dusty, Cena, and Paul, did you order 2 of each, or what did you
I
get?
ordered 2 of everything. Yeah.
2? Okay. If you had to do it over again, would you think you do 2? If money's no option,
Yeah, I would still do
just
2.
2. Yeah, I have to think about it. That's why I like the BRGs. I just have to order 1. I don't care. I really shouldn't care about these. I just really want one open, and maybe 1 on card. I do kind of like. But the problem is they have 2, and the black looks good, but also the blue's the original, and everyone knows. So it's like I want both on card. I wish they were resealable.
Yeah,
Then I'd
definitely.
be happy.
We got here.
Got all these first world problems. Goddamn.
Hey, what's happening, Bart? Steven, what's up?
The tan Hogan might be the rare item. Huh. I'm not sure I care. I just want Hogan. I don't want to go crazy. My job drives me crazy enough. I don't want my hobby to drive me that crazy. I get the completionist aspect, but at the same time, I don't want, because isn't there also like 7 poster variations? I don't want to do it. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah,
I don't even use the poster.
Although I did see the new King Kong Bundy, and I will say that that one is 10,000 times better than the original.
The
At
poster
least,
or the figure or both?
well, the original poster of King Kong Bundy, he looks so gross and slovenly and
really?
like inhuman in the original poster. I'm like, they make him look like an actual pig. I'm like, dude, that's so unkempt, and like, why would you do that to Bundy? At least in the new poster, he actually looks like a real person, like an actual human being. So I'm like, thank you for making Bundy look natural. So I actually like the Mattel upgraded poster of Bundy. So I think they did that one really well.
So we like Tony mentions, and it must have been originally, but I only wanted 1. They limited to 2 at a time. But I do know, I think Hogan later on when I got lucky finally, and it was literally the middle of the night, and Hogan was available on the website for some reason. I just randomly checked it. I got up to pee and get something to drink. It was like 3 in the morning. And I'm like, well, let me check it. I couldn't get back to sleep. And he was available at Target.com. I'm like, really? Hogan's available? What the heck? So I ordered 2. And then he was still available, so then I ordered 2 more to get, because I still wasn't sure. I wanted to guarantee a black and a blue. And they let me make 2 orders of 2 at a time. I feel bad doing it, but I've been waiting for so long for Hogan because I missed all the pre-orders. I had no hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I should just 2 when it when they're released on Friday. At least get 2 and then order them later. I don't know.
Hey, what's going on, Gerald?
Probably Bundy. I'll be okay. Maybe a Warrior will be harder to get. Do you think Austin or Ventura will I be taken from people? Are they really that exciting to get? I don't know if a lot of people like tons
I've got the Austin Ram Treasures figure, and then you're gonna look at the Mattel LJN. It's like it doesn't really do anything for you. Now I'm kind of.
You're still gonna get it though.
Yeah, now I'm angry that I bought the Ram Treasures figure. Like, if I had known that this piece was coming out 6 months ago or whenever the Ram Treasures piece came out, I would have saved my money on that because that's $130 I could have used towards this particular order.
You could have bought like 5 for that price. Not that you need 5 of them, but how is it holding up? Is Random Treasures the one that has the problem with the paint chipping and stuff like that?
Yeah, all the time.
That's the other problem. This one will probably hold up for a while. Well, probably. Mattel's decent at their quality, aren't they? For the Steve Austin Random Treasures, Tony, right? $130. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, custom from Random Treasures on Etsy, right? She sells.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about with the Dodgers though?
They should be kicked out of baseball permanently. I agree. No.
Absolutely, but other than that, we know Tucker's not worth $60 million, right?
No, right. Yep. Not worth
it. The Mets signed Bo Bichette.
Oh, they did.
3 years, $126 million.
Wow. He only got 40 a year, 42.
42 million per season for Bo Bichette.
He's a wheeler.
I think Bo Bichette is so much better than Kyle Tucker, and he plays shortstop, a more premium position.
Yeah, Tucker doesn't play center, so he can't compare to a shortstop. Right? If Tucker played a good defensive center, then maybe we could talk.
I think we could throw Tucker in center. I mean, I don't think he would be too bad on in center if necessary. But
for the half season he would play, he'd probably be pretty good center. The other half of the season you have to plug someone if he's hurt.
But here's the thing. If the Dodgers could have signed Bo Bichette for shortstop, you could have put Bichette at shortstop. You could have moved Mookie Betts for shortstop, put him back in the outfield, put him in right field. You don't need Kyle Tucker in that spot. And by signing Bo Bichette, let's say for the exact same contract, 20 or was it $42 million a year?
They would have saved money.
You could have saved $18 million per season.
And shortstop's more important. Who's their shortstop in LA? Do they have a good shortstop? Is that why?
Well, Mookie Betts is now their shortstop.
Is he still playing? Well, maybe that's why he's still okay.
But I mean, Mookie Betts, like I said, Mookie Betts was an outfielder and a Gold Glove outfielder for like ever. So when they moved him back to the infield, you could have easily moved him back to the outfield. So you could have a much better hitter in Bo Bichette at short, have Mookie Betts move back to the outfield, and you can save $18 million per season. I mean, you got to think about it a lot smarter. The Dodgers, they just made these. I do not think they've got a very smart, intelligent front office. I just think the owners say, "Here is an open checkbook. Go sign players, win us a World Series," and the Dodgers just go out to any and just say, "Hey, what do you want?" And hey, I want this. Good. You want $45 million? We're going to give you $60 million just to ensure that you sign with us, and nobody shortchanges us or whatever.
The Cubs. Yeah,
so, I mean, that to me took me like half a second to think that up, and you're telling me that these professional front office personnel couldn't think of something like that?
Maybe the only professional could get paid. You ever heard that, Tom? That's all. Oh, holy balls!
But if you're Bo Bichette, you are definitely choosing the Dodgers over the darn Mets. If you are any major leaguer, you are choosing the Dodgers over the Mets because the Dodgers are guaranteed to basically win the World Series. With that roster, they're going to win the series. It's going to happen.
Roster, and the Mets have a long history of not winning. They're the also-rans in New York. Okay, let's see if he caught the ball. Sorry, I'm watching the football. 1, 2. Yeah, I think he caught it.
Let's see what
Corey says. Exciting. Corey's got a good question about Ventura.
Do you get special treatment, an upgraded look, accessories? The other two are exact repops. Yeah, so I mean, Jesse Ventura basically is the exact same figure. I mean, they just put clothing on him.
But why did they change them at all? Because they didn't change Bundy really at all, or Warrior. Right? Those are identical.
Yeah, but if you look at the original Ventura, he's just a ring gear fighting figure. Where this one is an actual ring announcer.
Some people suggest that's why is that more people know him as an announcer than a wrestler now. Back then, they knew him as a wrestler, maybe.
Commentator. So, well, even back then, when his figure came out in '86, he was already a commentator. So,
does the new one have blue boots too? I can look. I'm opening up because I paid attention really. I knew
I obviously despise the original Eljan. I think it has one of the worst figures, worst play poses and all that. And the fact that they went off the pose, that kills me. But the overall display of the figure, the graphics on that to me is what makes that one a must-have. But but that stupid pose, oh my God, that kills it for me.
Yeah, he's got that demolition pose. It's a great looking figure, though. I do like the upgrade that they made to him. But why didn't they upgrade? I guess there's no room to upgrade Bundy. Could they have done something to Warrior to upgrade him? Maybe they didn't want to because he was like a holy grail for some people who never got him.
Yeah, I'm told that all of your golden era characters,
I want to keep them the same.
They're keeping it exactly the same to original LJN. That's why Hogan is kept the same, Warrior's kept the same, Bundy's kept the same. For the most part, Ventura's kept the same, minus the upgraded graphical design.
It looks like he's wearing a coat, like an announcer, like an actual suit type thing, and they moved the white, what would you say, pedals or whatever, from his pants to his coat. So they even got the same kind of look there too. The new one looks good. It's just kind of interesting that they decided to upgrade him. I wish they would have a funnier hat though, because remember when he was announcing and commentating, Ventura would always have a funny hat. That's like his the same with his retro that they came out with. He needed a funnier hat. It's a funny outfit, right? It clashes, so that's good. But the hat is just a regular blue do-rag. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Give him a funny hat. He really needs a funny hat. Because he would do that, and he would make fun, and it was fun.
But that's basically his LJN right there, that retro figure.
Yeah, it's kind of, other than the pose, it actually looks really good. I mean, it looks good. I'm not playing with it, so the pose is probably, But if you're going to play with it, you'd be sadly disappointed.
Mm.
One of the things I hate about the Latuni demolition, they have that same pose. Unfortunately, both of them.
And I think they only stuck with that because it's for nostalgia, and that's because it's for fans who are familiar with that.
Walking that fine line between upgrading it a little bit, but still being nostalgic.
And also for fans that wanted, red face axe on a black card.
Too much pink.
That right there, it was a holy grail piece. It's like getting Macho Man on the black card, holy grail piece for a lot of collectors for the LJNs.
And
so
you'll be able to get any black card you want. If you order pre-order 2 of them, I guarantee you'll probably get a black card of each one. So everybody will be able to get their black card ultimate.
For Latuni?
No, I meant for for the Mattel. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Latuni, yeah. I like Corey's point. Yeah, he needs longer earrings. I think the funnier hat and longer earrings. And also, a good point is that Ventura is still alive. Maybe he did have some say in the figure.
Yeah,
that's not unreasonable. Okay, so that did count. Wow, the game's coming down to it, man. The Broncos scored in the last second here, and the Bulls got the ball. Woo. Good game, it looks like. But yeah, longer earrings, funnier hat. It's still going to be a good figure. It'll be neat to have. It'll be nostalgic with the pose. It'll be very similar to the original, but I don't think I ever had the original Ventura. And, most expensive LGN.
I think so.
Beefcake on black card?
I've only seen one person have that, and they put it on eBay for like $30,000. So, question is it actually worth that amount of money?
I didn't know Matt Cardona owned a black card beefcake. I'm kidding. $30,000? Are you kidding me? I mean, this is a fun hobby and all, but for fuck's sake, you got $30,000 to buy on a minimum card LJN. Wow.
There's one YouTube.
Even in today's prices, that's a used car.
Yeah, there's one guy on YouTube who does have like all of the black cards, and he has like, I mean, we're talking originals and all the re-releases, and he's got all of them signed, or most of them signed at least. And he's got like all the tag teams. He's got all the tag teams signed. Like, it's freaking amazing.
He's got all the black cards and signed.
I mean, he might be missing like one or two here or there, but like literally, like,
oh, he's not even
95% of them signed. Like, incredible.
What makes the beefcake so rare? The black beefcake. Did they only make a few? Was it like the last series or something, or what? Do we know?
Probably, or maybe it's just you just don't see it.
I wonder why though. Why beefcake? Because what are some of the other ones? Isn't Rude Black pretty expensive?
Well, Rick Rude. I mean, he's an original black card, but he's probably one of the least expensive on black card.
Oh, is he? Tony's buddy has a black card beefcake signed.
I mean, depending on condition, you could get a Rick Rude black card for anywhere between $900 to $2,000.
Oh, you can buy like 15 of those for the price of a beefcake. Dang, it's still a lot of money for a figure. I mean, and that play pose is terrible for Rude, right? I mean, you definitely want to be a collector if you're buying that one. And then you don't even get to open it. You're like, oh.
Tony, you know how much I want that card, but
you don't have beefcake black, I assume, then, huh?
No. Yeah. I'd have to sell feet pics for probably 30 years in order to get the money for that.
Be worth it if somebody paid to see pictures of my feet. That'd be worth it. I'd do that spare time. That is interesting. Do they have books on that? Like why certain are rarer than the others? I mean, it's clearly not because Beefcake was the most popular wrestler of all time.
It's like the most odd figures are the ones that are always the most valuable.
Because weren't you thinking maybe the Paul LGN Series 1 could be worth something because nobody wants them? Nobody buys them, then pretty soon only a few of us have them. Versus everybody wants Hogan and Cena last year, and even Dusty's got a pretty good following. And even though it's the polka dots overused, people are going to buy the Dusty. But Paul, kind of sick of Paul.
Yeah.
I own several of them, but Grand Toys released the extra figures. Oh, Grand Toys released the extra figures. LGN.
What I want is the 2-pack, the boxes, the random 2 boxes. But what sucks about those boxes are like yay big, and you're basically paying like $5 for like a little small shoebox.
What's in them? Are these aren't LGN then?
But no, they're LGNs, but they're not like the big two packs with like Strike Force and the Heart Foundation, Killer Bee, stuff like that. They're like little boxes, like yay big, and it's like SD Jones and Kamala,
So the figures are
or
smashed in there. There's not a lot of room.
yeah,
Spread out.
it's like
Yeah.
$10, and it's like SD Jones, Kamala, or it's like Adrian Adonis and Corporal Kirchner, or maybe Vince McMahon and Adrian Adonis, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So those you have like those two characters in a box. So it's like you get like $100 worth of figures and in a little small cardboard box. And these things, if you were to find them on eBay, would probably go for like 5 grand, and they don't have to be the most pristine
Oh,
condition.
wow.
And you're literally paying for like a little piece. You're paying for a cardboard box. That's what you're paying the money for. Like,
Yeah.
insane.
But that's the whole mint on card, mint on box thing. You're paying for like a mint bubble that isn't too yellow and the card isn't too damaged, and that's why I don't want to get into that really if I don't have to. But I kind of have with Latuni and the LGN just because I'm on the ground floor. I'm not going to go back and spend 30 grand on a mint or even damaged beefcake black card. For a loose beefcake, I'd pay a couple bucks. It's just finding one in good shape.
Yeah. Unfair for the MLW
Yeah.
band to make like 10 out of every 100
Bum's
have a
got
special back card. Asking for like billions of people, I'd assume.
You think
Have a
billions of
special-
people? You better make more figures if billions of people are interested, Waddy. That 250 figures is not going to cut it. Maybe you could sell some in China where they're being made. Then they get real good shipping, right? It'd be next day, Amazon delivery.
Well, every single day, Bum Shadows is putting a hole in my pocket because every single day he's coming out with new variants.
I like his Dink and his Doink version. Did you see that one? I assume he's going with the Doink. That OVP podcast I listened to, they make a good. What did it Doink? Was it Dink the midget?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of as I'm going. Yeah, have a little Dink next to him. Yeah,
Little Teddy Bum.
He has a lot of good ones. That AI generator has. Well, I think he did a Freddy Krueger, didn't he? Like a Bone Krueger something.
I actually really like the Kane one, and I'm like, you know what? I might swap out.
Bum.
I'm like, you know what? We might swap out the blue bum with the Kane bum. That one's actually I like that one.
Do you think that's the best one though, of his that he's generated? I'm not sure. But as soon as I saw the Kane bum, Vince McMahon was in my head already saying it's got to be bum. It's got to be bum. And then the music's playing.
I just like the whole Kane and the whole red and color scheme and everything. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great color. Ooh, we could go into overtime. Sorry, I'm watching football. I might be behind a little bit because I'm streaming, but the Bills are down by 3 with 10 seconds to go, and he's kicking a 50-yard field goal to tie. Oh. He's had a pretty good year, I think, but he can miss them. Oh, they're going to ice him. Timeout, sorry. Okay, we'll go back to it. So I'm multitasking. Something that's I don't know if Kyle Peterson meant to say this, but I watched his recent show. He was like me. He said he had work, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of had work too. Is why we both missed the Arn Anderson today. But it was only 100, or was it? No, it was yesterday. But it was only 100. So like he said, we'll pick it up on February 2nd. But he mentioned something about Latuni. They've got the WrestleMatic, the retro Andre the Giant is the main. And he didn't like his face, so he'd probably buy this one because it's covered up with the helmet, all that stuff. But then he mentioned that Latuni might be doing like a giant Piper and a giant Hogan and all this other stuff. And I couldn't tell if he was kidding or not, but it gave me an idea for another way to do it like figures. Have him wear a mask or a helmet or something. And if you make him look kind of like Hogan or whatever, but you cover his face, you have plausible deniability that, it's not Hogan. It's not Roddy Piper. He just happens to be wearing a kilt. I don't know if that would work or not, but he gave me that idea when I heard him say that. I'm like, oh, it looks like he made the field goal. So I don't know if he was being funny. I couldn't tell because, he likes to do a lot of funny sides. I kind of like to do the same. Because as far as I know, I don't think AJ's planning on doing that. Do you know? I don't think he's planning on any of those machine Hogans.
I have some of those coming, possibly.
But it could work here, too, because we're thinking of ideas for figure lines. Like, that's Roddy Piper. He's wearing a mask.
I know he's got the giant machine for the WrestleMatic series, and I think he's got one coming for the LGN. If I'm mistaken. So.
Yeah, because that one was the first one. Because then I asked him, like, well, this isn't replacing the Giant. You're still coming out with that one, too. I always feel awkward because it's Andre the Giant, and the series is the Giant series. So do I say it's the Giant Andre the Giant, or is it the Andre the Giant Giant? How do I say which Andre the Giant Giant I'm talking about? Is it the Giant Andre the Giant? Or is it Andre the Giant Giant?
Andre from the Giant series.
That's too many words. I'm gonna say giant Andre the Giant, and he is giant, right? Because he's like 10 inches instead of 8 for the ladies.
That's awesome.
Yep, going to overtime. He made his field goal. Well, probably. We have 5 seconds left, Tony. You know, maybe the Broncos return it for a touchdown.
Oh, I also have one of the folks from Facebook that's been reaching out to me about possibly doing some some of the indie wrestlers. He might try and get me in contact with an agency for some of the female wrestlers. And a lot of these companies are not producing female wrestlers, and I'm like,
No.
that'd be awesome because
why did you do that?
I used to have some good female wrestling figures, and whenever you look at female wrestlers, like if you look at like Mattel, they always make like these little small Barbie dolls. Even when you look at the Elizabeth Elban, it is a glorified Barbie doll. I hate that. I'm like, I want someone that's going to make these LJNs or something to actually be the scale or size of a regular LJN. You don't have to dial it down to make them thin, small, just because they're female. I want it to be size.
I mean, some of the women, they are smaller and they tend to be smaller. There's some genetics behind it. Males tend to, whatever. Becky Lynch, yeah, she's smaller. It looks really smaller. But if you see some of those ladies, I mean, modern ladies wrestlers are jacked. A lot of them, right? Your Charlotte Flairs. Who was that one lady? She's changed her name. I think she actually does OnlyFans too, but she appeared on TNA, I think, recently. Like Eliana Black or something like. She was Cora Jade. Does that sound familiar to you? I saw something on Facebook or something. I kind of vaguely remember from NXT, but I saw on Facebook. Now, admittedly, it was a younger kid, and she was playing the heel part. She looked jacked, and she was just a lady, but she looked big. And I'm like, if you made a figure of her, she would be bigger, right? You would make her the little tiny Elizabeth figure.
Like, okay, so look at Elizabeth Elgin.
Yeah, Elizabeth was teeny. You're right, Corey. But these wrestlers aren't.
Those arms are like super small, right? Yeah. But look at Elgin and think about like Nikolai Volkov or like Billy Jack Haynes. Like those figures have like much smaller arms, much smaller biceps, forearms, whatever. You could take like those type of arms. They are smaller than the average Elgin arms, but they're still, big enough where they could be much larger than your average glorified Barbie doll or whatnot. So they would work for the sake of these female LJN action figures that I want to create.
Yeah.
So that would be like my vision.
You don't have to have Becky Lynch have Hogan's pipe, right? But somewhere in between, Miss Elizabeth and Hulk Hogan, there's probably some round for making them actual. The wrestlers, they take a lot of bumps. They deserve good figures, right?
Maybe instead of being like 8-inch figures, maybe we make them 6 3/4, or maybe 7 1/4, or something like that.
I do think I like the variation. For some reason, Latino gets crap for making him actually a giant because he was. When I look at, I have one Andre BRG, and he doesn't look like he looks like Andre the Giant, but he doesn't because he's the same height as Rick Martel. Right, yeah. I'm like the model Rick Martel is the same height as my Andre the Giant BRG. Does that make sense to anyone?
Yeah.
No. The scale, it's not what we would call the scale might be 8 inches, but it doesn't mean every figure has to be 8 inches because then that breaks the scale. You can do the math and figure out, okay, Hogan was 6'7" or whatever, so he should be a little bit bigger than somebody who's 6'2", like a Punk, I think is 6'1" or 6'2", so he should be shorter. He should be taller. Stud's probably up there. Andre's up there. Great Khali's up there, right? I mean, doesn't it make sense to scale? That's the point of scaling.
I could sit back and say, you know what? If you're 6 feet tall in real life, that's 6 feet is equal to 8 inches for the figure. And if you're 6'7", maybe the figure has to be 8 inches, 7 inches, 8.7 inches or something like that. And we could work it like that or something. And that would actually work to an extent. If you're 5'7", then the figure is 7 foot or 7 inches, 7.7 inches or something like that. That's a possibility. But
okay. You notice how I didn't make an 8-inch joke? There's several jokes there I could have made about 8 inches. Scale. It's cold. That's why the figure's not 8 inches. It's cold out here.
There's the next $1 million idea.
Yeah, because I think who was it? Was it Corey?
For all of the female wrestlers.
Yeah, let's do female versions of the original. So I'm thinking that feels like a job for Super Bum. Did he make Bum? Did you make a Super Bum yet? He should with his ChatGPT or AI or whatever. He didn't. Did he? He didn't do any superheroes yet, did he? Spider Bum? Did he? No, I don't think he did. Spider Bum, Super Bum, Bat Bum. I'm Bat Bum. He could make a Bat Bum. Bum Man should be Bum Man maybe. I'm Bum Man. I still say great actor. And if that was his choice, he ruined it. If that was it Christopher Nolan's choice, he ruined it. But that voice was terrible.
Yeah,
It was okay a little bit, but then like the second or third movie, it was all that. And like Batman doesn't sound like that. Remember Adam West? It was like I'm Batman. Come on, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know why the reverb through the iPad. Yeah, see, there it goes again.
You know, in Kick-Ass when
it does that
when Nicolas Cage
mic settings
was playing Big Daddy and he tried to imitate Adam West Batman in that movie.
Yeah,
I'm like, why that version?
See these settings.
I'm like,
why Adam West? It's kind of interesting. Oh, that is true. Okay, yeah, Kick-Ass. Okay, I wasn't following you. Yeah, get bum on Bum's AI skills. But yeah, that is interesting. I never really thought of it until you mentioned it.
Without a reverb.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear it? I can hear it. But I don't know why. It sounds okay for a while. It just starts reverbing. This is the only thing I have on. Because when I first joined, I had my speakers on still and your chat. So the chat that's behind, I could hear some speakers, and that could have caused some issues. But I turned off the speakers. Maybe sometime I'll try to join from my phone. I've only done it on my iPad. Miss Adam West, yeah. And Stanley. Nobody messes with Adam Wee. He had a funny bit on as the mayor Family Guy. You ever see Adam West as the mayor?
Yeah, it was depressing when he died because no more Adam West on Family Guy.
That was pretty good. He really made a good job of poking fun. I don't know if he's poking fun himself or just in general, but he had a really funny character. They wrote it well, and he acted.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the most fun and interesting characters on the show. So, I mean, that was sad to lose him. Oh, you know what I wrote about today that really I think irked me, and I think would irk a lot of Chicago fans.
Oh.
Now, I might be reading too much into this. It may not even have anything to do with the team. It might be up to Kris Bryant himself. But from what I heard is that the Colorado Rockies did not give permission for Kris Bryant to attend the 2016 or 10-year anniversary party at the Hilton or wherever the 10-year anniversary was being held. And I'm like, that is a straight up BS.
I get it. They can even do? Can they prevent you from going to a convention on the weekend? Like, did he have Colorado baseball to deal with? Like,
when I first read it, I'm like, well, he is on the active roster of another team, so like, I wouldn't be surprised that a team would prevent their active player from attending another team's ceremony like that, celebration ceremony. But then I thought about it. I'm like, it's the off season. And if he's not going in there, putting on some other team's jersey or something, what's the harm, right?
Yeah.
And then I find out that Javi Baez, Tigers, and Kyle Schwarber, Phillies, were both in attendance at the Cubs convention. Mm-hmm. So where the heck was where was Kris Bryant during that ceremony? 2016 NL MVP, helped break a 108-year World Series drought, and you're telling me one of the most prolific faces in Cubs lore couldn't be present during that 10-year reunion?
Did the Rockies give a good reason?
I didn't see nothing for that.
Yeah, and again, why did they care? Just let them go.
And for all I know, it may not have anything to do with the Rockies. It might have been Kris Bryant's choice himself. But from what I gathered, it was Rockies saying no. Permission wasn't granted, and I'm like, that's stupid. I mean, I don't want to say that that's low class on their side, but
it's a little.
That's kind of like.
Why did they have to give him permission? Anyways, it's just a Cubs convention weekend, right? Can't he just? I mean, they're not in baseball yet. Isn't that weird that even has to? Like, I've never. Like, my job can't dictate. Oh, sorry, John, you can't go to the movies this weekend or whatever. What?
Yeah, but I like I said, I kind of understand it. I mean, the Colorado Rockies, you sign your paycheck. You should be supporting another team in that regard, but that's about as far as it goes.
That was such a pivotal year, and that's why he got the contract from the Rockies. He played so well that year. I don't know. It was very petty. So I saw a lot of Cubs fans in Reddit were talking about, I want to root for the Rockies to lose 160 games this year, and somebody said, that might be a legitimate thing. You might not have to root for that because didn't they lose like 120 the other year? Something ridiculous.
Mm.
They don't have to They don't have to fall far to lose that many games. They probably will. I don't get it. I don't get why they even get a say in it. It just feels weird.
I just saw the thing for Phil Hartman. Wasn't Phil Hartman? Wasn't he on Jingle All the Way?
Yes, because he's hitting on Schwarzenegger's wife.
Yes.
I was just rewatching that this year. I kind of forgot about him. And I think now that Corey's saying was he like a reporter too or something? What was Hartman in Flesh Lives? I don't remember, but that does sound vaguely familiar. Before he made it big as his own actor. Phil Hartman. But I remember I was actively watching News Radio. That was the last TV show he was starring. He was a regular, and he was a great bit. He was kind of playing like a heel radio announcer. It was kind of a neat ensemble cast. I think he died maybe between the seasons. He was murdered by his wife. I don't think it was during the season. I think it was between it. And then it reminds me of when John Ritter died. I think he was filming that TV show, the 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, something like that. That was a pretty decent show. But he had some kind of problem. Oh, he wrote it. I didn't know it. Phil wrote Flesh Lives. That would probably be a pretty big presence then if he wrote the script. But I think didn't he act in it too? Wasn't he also in Flesh Lives? I assume, or did he just write it? He could have. I have to watch that again. I haven't watched it in a long time. But my favorite, Oh, John Ritter, I kind of pivoted, talking about all the actors that died. I think it happened on the set, if I remember correctly. John.
There was a movie that John Ritter was in, and I can't remember the name of the movie, and I can't remember what it was anything about. All I remember is
need a few more clues.
He was hiding behind a dumpster, and he was being chased by a clown, and he's like, you know what? I'm done with this. He gets out, walks up to the clown, punches him out, and that's it. And literally, that is the only scene I can freaking remember about the movie. And I really wish I could remember more about that, but I was so freaking young that I can't remember anything else about it. And when I think about John Ritter, I think about that scene, and
Real Men starring James Belushi and John Ritter. I literally looked up John Ritter movie clown, and Google's like, was it Real Men? And then they show John Belushi and him behind a dumpster. I think it's the scene you're talking about.
It's called Real Men?
Yeah, that's the scene. That's funny. It's the scene you're talking about. Let me see if I can copy it. I'm pretty sure.
It's not Problem Child. Yeah, Problem Child was like Problem Child and Problem Child 2. Yeah, those were freaking legendary movies. I love those freaking movies. Those were like staples growing up watching those.
This sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, maybe it's not the clown. But they're in an alleyway. Oh no, yeah, there's a okay. What was this? This sounds vague. I know I've seen this with James Belushi, not James. John Belushi died too. All the actors, comedians who died. I know I've seen this, but I can't remember. Were they like fake spies or something? I have to look this up now. But Real Men, 1987. How about that?
But Belushi, I didn't even remember Belushi being in there, but that kind of sounds vaguely familiar a little bit.
That means terrible.
Kind of like a light bulb going off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just realized it was giving a crappy link there. Is this the full? Now I'm kind of curious because I know I've seen this now that you mentioned it, but until you described it, it sounds. I've never seen a movie like that. What the heck are you talking about? But I know I've seen this. Yeah, because he's fighting like this glass with the presidential seal on it. I feel like James Belushi is pulling his leg the whole movie. Like, oh, you're a spy. I can't remember the details. Real Men. Look that up. I'll leave it up there. Was this the whole clown attack? I'm kind of curious. Well, that's way too quick. But yeah, we're good. Power of the internet. Good for something finally, huh? Uncle Buck. Oh. Is there Uncle Buck? I remember Uncle Buck. That was great. With Fly or Bud or the love interest for the teenage daughter that he has to deal with. Uncle Buck was a good movie. Oh, young Macaulay Culkin. Didn't he play the kid? One of the kids in there, I think. Uncle Buck. Man, there's a lot of clown punching going on in these movies. Huh? There's a whole genre of clown punching movies, apparently. Wow. I didn't know that. I was thinking of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That'd be too obvious, though, wouldn't it? I don't think John Ritter was it. I don't think John Ritter was that.
No, that's another classic right there.
I think they make action figures of them now too. I could imagine when I saw that as a kid.
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
Yeah, so there you go. NECA, did you say? Who made them? Who makes the Killer Clowns? Remember what company?
I mean, I got some from NECA, so I don't know if there's any other companies.
Sounds like something NECA would do. Mm-hmm. That was such a wacky movie. Even as a kid, I didn't know what to think about Killer Clowns. But I do remember renting that summer, maybe. So I have to look that up. So the problem child, Kramer Clown, Uncle Bunker, drunk clown gets punched. Oh, and then I was also thinking of Shakes the Clown, Bobcat Goldthwait, but John Ritter I don't think was in that one. Going back to Doink the Clown, or what was it? What was Bum's Doink's character? Going back to his character.
Man, we gotta find more baseball talk because.
Okay. Speaking of baseball, it's an overtime in the football game.
All right, what's happening in football?
Tied at 30. They're in overtime. Broncos already had the ball. I didn't follow it all the way, but the Bills are. I don't want to say they're marching yet. But I think if the Bills score here, the game could be over. I forget the new rules. I think even if the Bills just kick a field goal, because they basically now guarantee you get a possession in overtime.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I don't know who to root for. I'll probably root for the Bills because they've never won it. The Broncos have, but I don't know. But yeah, good game so far. What's there to talk about baseball-wise? Dodgers running baseball. There'll probably be a strike in the next year or two whenever the CBA goes, and then we'll be without baseball for a year again. Then Sammy Sosa and McGuire will have to come out of retirement to save baseball again. That was the last time they happened.
And I don't think that the season will be over. Like I think in 27, there will definitely be a shortened strike. I think that it'll probably go to halfway through the season, maybe June or July. The season will start up, and we'll miss half the season, and I'll be pissed because I love baseball and I don't want to miss the season.
Then they'll make it.
If they go to a salary cap, then the baseball players are really gonna be pissed because all of this. When you have guys like Bryce Harper be like, stop your bitching. Stop complaining about the Dodgers and their spending. Of course, he's going to tell people to stop complaining because he's just like every other baseball player. They want to get paid. If this guy's getting $60 million, if they get paid a freaking 20 home runs, 70 RBI guy $60 million, guess what? If the Cody Bellingers of the world goes out and who just hit 30 home runs wants to ask for $37 million, he's going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would the Yankees not give him $37 million if this guy over here just got $60 million? And he's a old talent.
And I get it. If somebody's going to pay me $50 million a year, I'm not going to say no to it. But could they make do with $40 million, $55 million a year? I know there'd be a cap, but it's not going to be poor. Did he pick that off? Oh, he did. Wow. You know what I mean? I think they need something. We can't let the Dodgers just buy championships, or even the Yankees before they tried to. Luckily, they weren't just super successful at it. We need to allow the Pirates and the Royals somehow to compete. Admittedly, they should spend some money too.
And I really can't complain about the Yankees. I mean, the evil Yankees, the evil dynasty. At least when they were going out and they were signing Bernie Williams, and they were signing Mariano Rivera, and they were signing Derek Jeter, and they were signing freaking I don't know, Paul, whoever you.
Those were all their players they drafted, though, weren't they? Those are all players they drafted and developed, at least, right? They didn't just get free agents, yeah.
Exactly.
And in fact, I think usually they failed when they just got free agents and threw money at them.
When
The Yankees would fail.
they were signing these guys, they were all guys they drafted that came through their system that were developed. And when they were ready for free agency, they gave them those massive contracts. They gave that 10-year, $189 million contract to Derek Jeter. Why? Because they were not going to let Derek Jeter go to a Anaheim Angel or to a New York Met, to a Los Angeles Dodger, or to a Boston Red Sox. They could afford to give 189 million to a Derek Jeter.
Don't make me like the Yankees, Waddy. Don't make me like them. But that's a good. They're taking care of their players.
And do you see the Cubs do that ever?
Mm.
When was the last time you saw the Cubs, draft someone, develop them, and see them produce through their system, and then sign them long term?
Greg Maddux. Oh, no, famously they didn't. Right, Greg Maddux. That still hurts me. Let him go to the Braves. Usually, anybody they develop, they let go.
I mean, you would think that Kyle Schwarber, no, great seasons, nope.
He's probably had the best seasons of any of the guys that let go. They're right on Bryant and Baez, probably. Maybe Rizzo was older, but they probably should have kept Schwarber.
Didn't resign him. I mean, after seeing what he's done with the Tigers, we're glad. Kris Bryant definitely deserved it. 4 consecutive MVP seasons.
Traded him, in fact, I think.
So 4 consecutive MVP seasons, and didn't resign him. Seeing what he did with the Rockies, I mean, we're glad, but I mean, hindsight and all.
Schwartz. Trying to think about, can you make some baseball figures for your line? Do they always have to be wrestlers, or could they be like a fictional baseball wrestler?
No, I've seen what other guys are doing with theirs, and I didn't even buy the Macho Man Cincinnati Red one, and that one should be like of interest, but I haven't even bought that.
I probably will buy it. That's why I used the Big Bad Toy Store. I pre-ordered Macho and the 2 was it Fanatics and the Philly Fanatic and the I pre-ordered those 3 at Big Bad Toy Store so that I can cancel it and not owe anything. I do think I'll get the Macho Man. I just don't like the Reds much. I don't know. I'm on the fence about the mascots. I don't know about those. But at least I got my pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store so I can cancel them and owe nothing. Ideally, actually, I would like to see J&J figures. The neat trick there is I pre-ordered some of J&J figures. You don't get them at the same time. They're like, so Collect Major, you pre-order, you get them as soon as you can. Right, that's the soonest you can get them is from Collect Major. Correct. Big Bad or J&J seems to be second from what I've seen, and then Big Bad Toy Store is a distance. But there are benefits to each one. But with J&J, you can use their discount codes, and they apply to pre-order, which is pretty amazing. So I'll save like 10% on. I save 10% on Crush. I missed Demolition through them, and I think this whole 4-pack that just came out that you already got. So that's the problem, is I haven't got them yet because J&J hasn't got them yet. But the Texas Tornado, who was it? Was it the Islanders? And then Bruiser Brody. So I saved 10% on each one of those. I just have to wait. Okay, I'll wait. They're a good shop. Save it, get a deal like that. So think about that next time you're pre-ordering. Probably, I think you have to pay that up front. So it better be something you want, which a lot of times it probably is. Like Texas Tornado, I remember him, even if the figure isn't great, I probably want him. It's just these other ones, your Rambos and Kickboxers and the Met. I don't know if I want them. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I was thinking the Mighty Casey. Remember him? The whole poem. I wonder if he's public domain. Could you make a Casey figure? That'd be baseball related. Remember the Mighty Casey has struck out?
That's funny.
I wonder if you could. Somebody probably owns that. Who wrote the poem? I don't even know. Maybe I should. Or do the mask approach. You have somebody coming out with a white shirt with the Panther on it, and then wearing a kilt, and then put a mask on them. You'd be like, that's not Roddy Piper. That's the maniac, right? Fiddler or something, right? And then, but that looks like Roddy Piper. Well, you don't see his face. How do you know it's Piper? Because he has the same kilt and shirt on. At least you wouldn't say Hot Rod. If you put Hot Rod on it, that's why I did with the Panther, because then you have plausible liability. If it says Hot Rod, you'd be harder to explain. That's not Roddy Piper. Just put mask on. I think that'd be funny.
I'm telling you, that's why there's so many possibilities with the bootleg option. And when people say that they have no interest in bootleg figures, why not? There's especially for loose collectors, once you take them off the package, and you're looking at them on the shelf, they're going to look exactly like the real thing. Like, you are
Yep.
not going to be able to tell the damn difference.
For like people like
And
me wwho are, I let them breathe. I don't really care. I don't necessarily in the package anyway, so that'd be perfect. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of them out there. Mm-hmm.
like, if you look at this figure, and like you said, if you look at this, hey, this is, for sake of argument, this is
Oh,
Big Boss,
come on,
or this is Hulk Hogan, or
ref ball.
I'm not making a Hulk Hogan, but like, let's say we did make a Hulk Hogan, that this is the Hulkster, right? So, and you have so many characters, so many options. I can understand the argument of, well, these guys worked hard, they deserve to get paid for it for
You're using
licensing
their
and
likeness
stuff.
to make money. Yeah.
But I'm stuck in the middle of, yes, I'm on their side in wanting to take care of them in that respect, but I'm also torn in the part where financially I can't do it on from my end. So if I
Oh,
want to do something special uh, for for the business, if I want to do something special for the fans,
yeah.
for collectors, for buyers, how do I do something special without going bankrupt myself? And this was something that was thrown around, or that we are throwing around, because this is a good idea. It's not unheard of. I mean, there are plenty of bootleg companies out there that are
Yeah.
having massive success.
Is there any legal recourse? Can they shut you down though if you release a bootleg Hogan, Piper, whatever the heck?
I mean, like, if we look at Brand Treasures, for example, I mean, nobody's shutting them down. I mean,
Okay.
it's a custom business. Just like when somebody goes on eBay and they take a Roddy Piper LJN and they repaint it to look like
Oh,
Bob Backlund.
do they do that? Does he look like Bob Backlund if you
I
repaint him?
mean, I'm pretty sure you could take a Roddy Piper. I mean, people have taken Roddy Piper and repainted him to look like The Rock.
Really? The Rock? Is that one WrestleMania when he faced Bad News Brown and he painted himself half black, half white, and couldn't get it off?
No, but no,
They haven't made
they
that figure. Weirdly, they haven't made that figure yet, have they?
like they actually took a Roddy Piper. I'm like, you can't
The
make
Rock?
you can't turn Roddy Piper into The Rock.
That's some
Like,
skill.
that is a bad pose to make The Rock. The Rock deserves to, like, a Hulk Hogan figure should be utilized to make
Oh,
The
word,
Rock.
right.
Okay, you can't take Roddy Piper. That's a terrible figure for that character.
I give up. Ref ball's beating the Bills. Sorry, that's two pass interference they just called in overtime. You let them play all game probably, and then now it's ref ball. I can't watch it. The pass interference call is the worst call in professional football. Maybe professional sports, because it's a spot foul. It's the stupidest call. College football has it right. You get 15 yards. I can throw 50 yards down the field. You blowing me the wrong way because it was Patrick Mahomes that threw the ball. I mean, that never happened. But if Patrick Mahomes threw the ball, you get a first and goal for one. You didn't earn it. And the Broncos have not earned this win. Terrible. Just shit. It's a shit outcome. And then when they're in bed with gambling, your mind starts thinking about, it's not a fix, because why would they let it go into overtime? But you're like, it's just incompetence ruining the sport.
Yeah.
Pass interference is just terrible. And now they've got a chip shot field goal. Broncos won. The game's not over, but the Broncos just won, barring a major mistake. Boy, that's just terrible. So I guess the Bills turned the ball over 5 times. Probably they deserve to lose, but not like this. You remember the Matrix when the lady killed? When she says, "Not like this," and then they shoot her. I forget how it was. Was it Cypher? Was the guy who stabbed him in the back? Do you remember the first Matrix? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember the Matrix movies.
Great callback, but you have to remember the scene. I think he like jumps back to their ship. And he starts unplugging them to kill him. And it was that one lady he kills. He says, "Not like this." Yeah, I need to think of something else. And now he's given an unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, just run the whole game, ref. Good job. Why do you think he's fucking pissed? Of course, you just called a shitty penalty on him to end his fucking season. Why do you think he's pissed? Let him be pissed. But these toddler officials got to be like, "Oh, yeah, you have a feeling. He's your fan, being a bad guy. Get out of my face." Referees got to be the worst guy. Man, I could talk about referees all night now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, hey, but I think if we do end up going the bootleg route at all, even if it's just one figure there, we might have to break down the value of the figures. Like, We might have to do like, if we do $100 for the regular figures, we might have to do like $50 for bootlegs. So that might mean, doubling up our orders
So
instead
you
of
still
like
do
let's say
both.
250, 500. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna end up earning our value back because that also means adding additional cost to the back end. So we might have to order, let's say 600 or 700 in order to kind of make that additional feedback. And I don't know if that's even going to work. So I don't know. Like I said, until they actually give me a cost of what these figures complete, with packaging, with post and everything is going to be, and I'll have a better idea of what I can actually charge on this stuff. Right now, like I said, for like months, I've had the $100 price tag in my mind based on what I think the overall cost is going to be. But like I said last week, if I'm thinking that the overall cost is going to be like 15 grand, and they come at me and they tell me the overall cost is like 2,500 bucks. Oh shit. If I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to buy 250 figures and it's going to cost me $2,500, and I'm selling it for 100 bucks, that's 2,200 or $22,500. I don't need all that profit. Cut it down to 50 bucks. I mean, that's still what, 11.5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's still $9,000 profit right there, right? So that's enough money left over to buy a second mold and still a few $1,000 left over, where I could probably pay for that second figure's total purchases. So that helps big time, and I'm saving my customers money. So
will the bootlegs cost less? How can you drop the price to 50? Or are you just kind of spitballing numbers?
I'm throwing out. I'm just
Yeah, I'm just
throwing
curious.
out numbers.
I'm just
Like
curious.
no matter what I buy, the cost of a mold will actually be $6,000 regardless.
Right. That's what I was wondering if you don't have enough, if you can't do a lot of price differentiation because you're not paying a lot for licenses on the non bootlegs yet. I
Yeah,
can
so
see if you're making Action Smash or whatever, then yeah, you have to charge because they want their cut. But
I'm still gonna have to go to an actual customizer, someone like a Kevin Pelkey, for example, who did my my BBA and my devil figure. I'm still gonna have to pay someone like him or another customizer, someone that does 3D files, and I'm gonna have to pay for those files. I'm gonna have to pay for the prototypes to see what
yeah,
they actually look like, and then I'm gonna have to send that to the factory, see if they can actually make it into a rubber form, and then I'm gonna have to pay for the mold itself. So
and like you said, the most like $6,000 no matter what, whether it's a
yeah.
licensed or bootleg or a mass of nothing. Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, it's his tea company that he started before he passed away. Bam Bam Bigelow is a big tea. Talk about my top shelf tea.
Yeah.
That's what I was drinking in those coffee cups. But now I've got now I actually do have drinking two fisted after the Boston ref ball. So the referees beat the Bills. Well, and the turnovers, I guess. But anyway, so thinking of doing both. Who knew Scotch after tea pretty good?
You know what? I think I've got a good way to get Bum Shadows into the first series, and we might have to bypass his regular figure though.
You always got to slide the bump there somewhere, right? Feels like it could be dirty.
So if we release BBA as the first series, and we might have to do like a professional wrestler, someone like Peter Cisco or something like that. Maybe get like a female wrestler in there. What if we throw Bum Shadows as a referee in there? Because I'm picturing his figure as a referee. Throw in the patch, like that makes an awesome looking freaking action figure. And people are looking for referees for their federations too. So I think that would be a good ad. I think that would sell because, like I said, people want referees. They want behind the scenes guys. They want announcers. They want referees. And they want commentators and stuff like that. So options.
I like the idea. I like the idea. Yeah, bum down. Wrestle bum, ref bum. What do you call him? Official bum. The official bum of Maniac Night Wrestling. Different official, I guess, in this case. You could do your own screw job.
That's funny as hell.
Bum screw job? That sounds dirty. Eye patch also got to have the zebra stripes. Ooh, that's a good idea. Zebra stripes? Is that like a famous pastry of ours that we all enjoy? Zebra stripes? You mean zebra cakes? Could he toss out zebra cakes to the fans or something as he walks to the ring? That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That's
gotta get that sponsorship from Lil Debbie.
Yeah, somehow that would be fun.
I mean, then you could drop your price if they can help pay for the molds and stuff. Hey, Lil Debbie, we'll push your zebra cakes. If you help us make the figures. I mean, you don't see. I'm surprised WWE hasn't done that yet. I mean, they've gone really overboard with the advertising. Maybe it's because it's in Mattel hands. They haven't said, "Hey, LGNs, should these LGNs come with like patches from Slim Jim and like even their tables have like Slim Jim and stuff on them? It's really ridiculous."
Hey, you know what everybody's got to do? Every one of my videos, hit the hype button and somehow go on like Facebook or something and like hashtag freaking Little Debbie and hashtag zebra cakes and stuff. And see if this darn channel can get freaking get some kind of sponsorship from Lil Debbie's. I would freaking love that. That would be like the coolest freaking thing ever.
Facebook's, Twitter, or X, Instagram, maybe TikTok. Do they use hashtags? I think Twitter kind of started this, but I think they all now have a hashtag type thing, don't they?
Be like, hey man, all these guys on freaking this channel like are obsessed with freaking zebra cakes. Let's freaking like sponsor them because they spend like 80 minutes every live stream talking about zebra cakes.
We could. Have you seen AEW has a big cross promotion with, I think it's White Castle? They keep pushing that. I kind of flipped to AEW the other day. They're like, oh, you need to go get the big beef and whoop-de-doo bacon thing. Bacon slammer at White Castle, whatever it is.
That's gonna be my birthday dinner.
Zebra cakes or White Castle?
White Castle.
Both. You start out with some sliders and you put in some zebra cakes, and then you spend the rest of the night on the top. It's a perfect.
My birthday dinner is so simple. Like I told my wife, like she's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, Arby's or White Castle. It's so freaking simple.
Those are both good. Arby's may be a little bit better, I think, but preferences, right? It's all preference.
I mean, I haven't had White Castle in a long while. And
you guys haven't? You have White Castle down by you?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So you can go to either one. Cakes on cakes. And another word for bum is cake, so that does work. I don't know if y'all have heard the kids use. Talking about she's got a nice bum, she has some good cake or whatever. So that could work, zebra bum. I'm just saying zebra cake. There's some crossover possibility. Horse rounds. Horse rounds? No, it doesn't. Horse rounds. Well, ironically, fudge rounds doesn't actually sound much better if you think about it.
All right, who doesn't put mayonnaise on a burger?
I reserve my mayo all for my zebra cakes. Well, you put it on the slider so it slides down easier, right? The mayo slicks down.
See, what you gotta do is you gotta take a straw and you gotta suck the cream. Oh man, that didn't come out right. Giggity. You gotta suck the cream out of the damn zebra cake, and then you gotta fill the mayonnaise inside the zebra cake, and then you gotta eat the zebra cake like that.
Oh, good. The flag might have been. Sorry, another game is. I'm watching my 49ers blow it. Yeah.
He's like,
not big. Ross still not enjoyed mayo yet.
Shaking my damn head. He's like, what? You don't eat zebra cakes with mayonnaise? I thought that was the golden goose right there.
I have put a mayo on burgers. So some places will put mayo on the burger, and it actually it's pretty good, like mayo, ketchup, and or is garlic aioli kind of a mayo? There's a lot of close mayo condiments. This should be good. We're going to see some more ref ball here live. I'm watching the other game. We're seeing ref ball.
Mayo cake. Oh, God.
Is that a zebra cake? No, mayo cake. I don't know about that. I don't know about mayo cakes.
Oh, man. I'm officially grossed out now.
I like mayo and I like zebra cakes. I don't know about that. Yep, got some ref ball. It looks like the Seahawks won. Yeah, we are. Getting kind of hungry now. You know, one of these times we need to bring out a jar of mayo. Just say it's mayo, but it's really like whipped cream or something, and just pretend like, oh, this mayo is really good. And just eating with a spoon. They don't
I
have
was
to.
about to say, man, I was about to get the big old jar of mayonnaise just to get a little spoon, like eat it like yellow or something.
I like the
or,
idea of a straw in it, though. I don't know if it's thin enough to put a straw in the mayo and just be like sucking it down like a milkshake. A mayo shake. Oh, he tried to trip him.
But then Ross would be looking at it like, dude, you're all kinds of nasty.
Yeah, I mean, mayo has its place. I agree. It shouldn't be on everything.
Tuna fish flavored cake.
Tuna fish, yeah. Now, a tuna fish cake would be good with mayo. But, tuna fish can dry out. Tuna fish and mayo is pretty good. I don't know about the cake part. Well, I mean, Jet Puff. See, that's what I thought. I get like the Jet Puff marshmallow cream, but slap mayo as a label on it and just start eating it. If you don't look real close, it might look mayo-ish, but I'd really be eating it. No, that might be too much too. Marshmallow cream. I don't know if I've eaten with a spoon. That might be a little much too. Mayo. Getting hungry. So no matter, but you're right. Growing up, deli sandwiches always had that mayo on them. And occasionally mustard or ketchup or barbecue sauce or something, but definitely mayo was the base. I don't know what it is with like deli ham and turkey and deli cheeses and stuff. Mayo just tastes good, even as a kid. In the mayo.
Hey guys,
thing.
About 8:30 or so, I'm gonna probably pack it in for the day though.
What?
Yeah.
That makes me sick too, but that's why I said it. Tuna fish cake. Well, they make crab cakes. Is that the same? Do they use mayo and crab cakes? That's a little different than zebra cakes.
I think sitting next to this heater, having this heat blow on my back head, it's been giving me a headache. It's been giving me a headache for like the last 45 minutes, and I think that's what it's been. But
it is cold though. I mean, I don't know if it's gotten down to you, but I think here it's I like 16 today or something, 13 tonight, something. Is it that cold down there?
I mean, it's been like 25 degrees or so.
Oh, balmy. So you go outside in shorts and stuff?
I think my wife took her,
it was sunny though, which was weird.
I had an appointment the other day, and I walked outside and didn't have a jacket on, and I'm like, it's like 25. I looked at my phone, it's like 25 degrees. I'm like, dumbass, you should put a damn jacket on. But I'm like, I'm going straight from the house to the car, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need a jacket. You schmuck.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, I got a heated steering wheel. When you first get in the cold car, even though you're not outside in there, the car, even in the garage is cold. Oh boy, they're getting killed. What if I'm going to count that as a fumble? If it is, that's the game. Looks like the night game's over already. But yeah, there's some. Because depending on where you're going, you might not need. If I'm just running down the car, you're just running in and out a lot. But in the car, I've noticed even in the garage, it's cold for a while. So right at this temperature, even in the garage, it's pretty chilly. Let's see if he threw the ball. I don't know if he did. That'll free up my night if that is a fumble. I think he threw that though. Yeah, okay. I was watching the other football game. Southern Tier S'mores whiskey. They make a s'mores whiskey? I don't know about that. I don't go for the flavor of whiskey as much. Is my problem.
Whiskey.
That would probably be okay if they did a good job because s'mores are tasty. I have crab cakes, but I don't know that reflects on us. Now, what the Maryland one's got crab. I think that was the Craig Ferguson's joke he used to tell. Because that could be either the food or something else. Crab cakes are good though. I like crab. I probably prefer crab to lobster myself. I just don't want to deal with either of them. I'm lazy. So sometimes imitation crab it is. Like, oh, this was some whitefish that tastes crabbish. Like, yeah, it's good enough. You ever had that at the store, imitation crab meat? Like, I know you're not real crab, but you're cheaper, and I don't have to open you out of a leg. So. Oh yeah, Old Smoky. I've seen this.
It won't kill me, so that stuff works for me.
What does?
The imitation crab.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, real crab will kill me. That stuff works fine just for me. So.
Oh, you're allergic? You got an allergy to shellfish?
Yeah, and that stuff is like just happened during adulthood. Like
Oh,
that stuff, never bothered me when I was a kid, but apparently it popped up on me during adulthood though.
yeah, you can develop allergies. I always think some of those like peanuts and shellfish you probably got as a kid, but I guess not, right? I hope I don't. I love peanuts and I love shellfish, so I hope that doesn't. It hasn't yet. I think I've gotten more lactose intolerant, which I guess most people do. As a kid, you probably had tons and tons of milk, and then as you get older, you have less. So it's probably okay. But though my brother-in-law, he drinks a lot still, so what if he's not intolerant? That's like his go-to drink with lunches and dinners and stuff. But for me, I want a lot of milk, yogurt, maybe cheese. I like that. Mayo. I don't like milk and mayo though. Eggs are in mayo. I think. Making me hungry now. All this food.
Yeah. All right. We're hovering around the hour and a half mark, and it's been a good stream. It's been an awesome stream for me. I love talking baseball, and that's always fun as hell for me. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., I got the next round of the My Favorite LJ tournament going.
9 a.m. again?
I just filmed it. I'm sorry?
9 a.m. again, right?
Yeah. So I just filmed it this morning, and I don't know. Like, maybe because I filmed it and I just didn't feel that good about it. It wasn't my favorite video. Maybe when I go and I watch it tomorrow morning, maybe it'll be a much better episode. But I didn't really enjoy. I didn't enjoy it while I was filming it. So, again, maybe I'll feel differently about it when I watch it. But I felt like the episode sucked.
It's gonna eat away at you and make you want to refilm it or anything like that. Not that bad, is it?
Nah. I mean, it was 42 minutes, and I'm like, that's 42 minutes. I'm not gonna redo again. So I'm just gonna have to eat it with what it is.
Your choices were okay, weren't they? I mean, that's not why it sucked, right? Did you just feel like expressing yourself? Or?
Yeah, I'm down to like the last 16 figures, and I'm like, you know what? At this point, there really isn't a wrong answer.
A lot of hard choices now, right? It's harder and harder each time.
I feel like any one of my choices, I could go back tomorrow, and my answers would be completely different. But I feel like the choices were right for me based on right now.
Yeah,
but like
I said,
if I come back tomorrow, next week, next month, my choices could be completely different. But it is round 1, part 2, and round 4 only has 2 episodes. Round 5 only has an episode, and then round 6 and round 7 are going to be combined into 1 episode, and that'll be the tournament. So it's almost complete.
Yeah, it's getting down to it then.
Yep. All right. Let me just read off these last couple tournaments, guys, and
look for that tomorrow at 9 a.m. Find out who goes on and who gets left behind like the Bills did.
Just want to make sure I read everybody's comments just so I'm not missing everybody.
No ref ball in your tournament, is there? You're the only referees. I mean, you're the choice. I guess you're not really ref. You need bum in there to make sure it goes right.
Absolutely. So I got everybody's comments read. So all right, everybody. As always, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I guess we'll be back on Monday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, here before you know it.
All right, awesome. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate everybody. See you guys later. Mail for life.
I could do like a mayo or something.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Can I do an M? I don't know. Can I do an M? Yeah. Could be a mustache or something. I already got a mustache.
Good night, everyone.